and they will be truly thankful and never mind the needs of others.
Let's have Irene to do the name. To all motherland, the Republic of Uganda. The Republic of Uganda. Justin will do the forward test.
For Rotarians, can you recite the forward test together of the things we think say or do? First, is it the truth? Second, is it fair to all concerned? Third, will it be good with a friendship? And fourth, will it be beneficial to all concerned? Look for results.
Thank you. Please take your seat. That's the Rotary norms. Those who are visiting Rotary for the first time, we do that before we start fellowship. And it was being led by North cohort members. If you're not aware of our cohorts, we have North, we have Ulambiro, where I belong. We have Entebbe Road, where some people belong. The noisiest people belong to Entebbe. We have Machinde and the Namgongo, where the PE belongs. I'd like to introduce the PE after installation. Please stand up for. You're still a PE. Even after installation. Yes, welcome back from the installation. I'd like to thank the sister girls for making it glamorous. You added something to the installation, you know? Yeah, today is a special day, and we're going to have the throwback as we always do. Throwback was invented during COVID. Thanks to COVID, it makes people think. Throwback replaced our band, end of month band, but we say throwback with music. And today we have a very exciting guest. Would we say guest? I don't know. A member of the club. We're going to get to know more about him. Every time I sit with him, I smile because of his stories. So this time we're going to dig out everything. So Dr. Chaze will be our guest, and the host will be none other than Carol. Yes. So I want to appreciate everyone who has come, and those online. How many guests do we have online? We have people who fear rain online.
17.
There are about 17. Most of them are members of this club. And some are in Ssese Islands, some I think are in their beds. But they're online. I see some from the US, and some are in the US already. I see the Chaze family online. I don't know whether they want to hear about what their dad is going to say. Whether they will feature in the stories. Yes, with that, I would like to quickly have introduction of Rotary guests. If you're a guest of this club, please start from there. Yes, please rise and introduce yourself. Welcome, Never Times. A hand clap to our guests.
Mr. President, thank you very much. Mr. Masca is my name. I'm the Rotary Club of Changugu. I'm here to enjoy fellowship, and I wish the Kenyan was a happy anniversary.
Oh, thank you. Welcome. Please enjoy.
President, I'm from the Rotary Club of Ssese.
Welcome. I appreciate that you can join us.
President, my name is Rita from the Rotary
Welcome, Rita. You're always welcome.
Thank you, President. My name is Robert. I'm here from the Rotary Club of Kampala-Ssese. I'm here to honor an invitation from Rotarian Rita and also enjoy fellowship.
Welcome, Robert. We appreciate that you can join us. Any other guests? Rotary guests?
President, Rotarian Sarah Lena Sanchez from the Rotary Club of Solid. Come to enjoy fellowship on Saturday.
Oh, you're welcome. She has some goodies for Rotary branded. Please pass by her table. Any other guests? Okay, can we have introduction of, there is a delayed guest here. Yes.
Thank you, President. Thank you, President. Well, in addition, Bagarukayo from the Rotary Club of Kampala-Ssese.
You're welcome. Please enjoy the fellowship. Julian, a special welcome from the President. I've stolen it from. Okay, Rotaractors.
President, allow me to say something about Julian. As you remember the other time, when we were pinning PHS, some of us pledged to become major donors. And on that note, Julia has made a standing order. She'll be paying 500,000 each month up to 2023, so that she's a major donor.
Wow, wow. Awesome. Thank you, Julian, for that offer. Another major donor added to the list of those in the club. And then here another major donor, Dr. Fred. Of course. Any Rotaractor?
Thank you, President.
Okay, you're protected.
Thank you, President. My name is Felix Kakai. The Rotary Club of Kampala-Ssese Islands. Yes. And President, I'm not under any duress to transition. That is why I've come to do mystery shopping in which Rotary Club I can join.
Please, feel free to be in Rotary as long as you want. But remember, there's also dual membership. Yeah, Christine, introduce yourself.
Good evening to you all. I'm Christine Kanji, Rotary Club of Kampala-Ssese.
Welcome, Christine. Always welcome. We appreciate your Zooming. Yes.
Thank you very much, President. CMP Chigundoviani, Charter President of the Rotary Club of Kampala-Ssese.
Wow, welcome.
Actually, to remind you that you have stray children, we are your grandchildren, sponsored by the Rotary Club of Kampala-Ssese.
Right, yes, thank you. We appreciate that our children can give birth.
Good evening. Thank you very much, President. My name is Mil Barije, current president of the Rotary Club of Makere University, here to enjoy fellowship.
Welcome. You're mentoring that charter president. Okay, good. Thank you. We'll have the guests introduced. If you have a guest, I know Navatanzi has a guest. Jerry has a guest. I don't know that there's any guest online. I'll check.
Thank you, President. I have two guests for you, President, this evening. Yes, the first one is Josephine. This lady was invited by Jennifer, so she has been visiting us. I think this is like the fourth time or fifth time. Then the second one is Farida Sequia Faride. This is her first time visiting us, accountant, and I'm made to believe that she's your goalkeeper.
Of course. That's how we be, you see? Now here, President. Welcome, Farida and Josephine. Please feel accessible. I don't see any guests online, but I'd like to recognize Jaja Ruth, it's your birthday, and you're in Ssese and you're online. Are you overseas? Happy birthday. Say congratulations. Barbara, happy birthday. Barbara is here with us. Yes, guest.
President, thanks guest tonight. Impressive. And to go the ones with the panel.
Okay, I think you know the best crowd for her. Please enjoy fellowship. That's I think it. Yes, I don't see any guests online, but I see we're joined by Charles. Always, we are glad that you can always join us. I don't see any other guests online. Yes. Oh, Jaja Ruth is in Houston already. And we have two other members en route to Houston on the Rotary Exchange program. We have Andrew Mukuruma and I think Rotarian Hawk have gone ahead of us, those who are traveling to Houston next week. Yes, I'd like to proceed with the fellowship. You know it's Throwback Thursday. Any announcements, Rotary announcements? Yes, Irene.
Thank you, President. Mine is not really an announcement. It's a vote of thanks to the members of the Rotary Club of Kampala-Ssese Islands for delivering a very successful and enjoyable installation for RPE, Justine. Thank you for welcoming her in style, the Ssese way, and Ssese all of us.
Thank you, Irene, for delivering that as chair. When that happens, you know you are becoming PE, and we shall revenge. Thank you. Lot of information behind you, Alex, Jerry. Thank you, President. The Rotary. Okay, sure. Can distribute. Thank you, Jerry, for that announcement. Any other announcement? Okay, Chris, is that a guest with you? Okay. Okay, as Chris, okay, please introduce yourself.
Thank you, President. My name is Mohammed Farah from the Rotary Club of Kampala-Ssese.
Welcome.
So I've also attended your installation.
Oh, wonderful. Welcome. Always welcome. Friends, we appreciate everyone who has visited us. We want to go into the next segment where I'll hand over to Carol, and Carol will take us through the next session. With that, I'd like to decrease and Carol increases. Together with the CEO.
Thank you, President. It's an honor and privilege to be in front here, shy, especially this year. But I'm honored to be here to be able to have a conversation with our very own Dr. David Chadve, whom I'm going to welcome to this
stage and we shall give him a hand clap as he walks out. You keep clapping until the picture is- Thank you so much. You can take a seat. Yeah, thank you so much for allowing to be our guest today and because you're our very own, it's just an honor. When Alex told me I should be the one that has this conversation, I was bound to decline because it's a very busy work week at campus with all the graduation going on. But when I had a guest, I was like, definitely I'm going to take the time. I will crush everything and ensure I'm here to take this honor. I'm so happy to be talking to you today and to just be sharing with the club. I've been lucky to visit Dr. Chaze's home, see his primary school in Kayunga. I've been to his home right here and with his family. So I'm just so privileged to be the one to be asking the questions. And I'm thinking, no hiding anything, you're going to tell us everything, the nooks and crannies in there. So Dr. Chaze, tell us about your childhood.
Good evening, Carol. Good evening, everybody. It's an honor for me to be allowed to talk to you, answer questions as posed by the beautiful Carol. Some questions seem simple, but they can be very difficult. Ask me who I am. Sometimes the answer is very difficult. Even superstars, Jesus Christ was asked as to who he was. All he could say is, I am who I am. Ask me where I come from, when I came, and what I have been doing. Maybe answering those questions, I'll be able to answer the question. I am Dr. David Chelsea. Though I was baptized around the church. Mazungus don't know how to say David, so they call it David. I was born so many years ago. Actually, I didn't know there were so many until I realized that most of the people I meet are much younger than me. I have always been the youngest person in places where I was in, from primary school. I was born on the 25th of December, 1953. Recently, I learned that it's Saturday from the vaccination cards. They tell you the date and the day when you were born. So I realized it was Saturday. I was born to parents who lived in Kayunga district. Kayunga district was then called Ogere County, and Kayunga was just a town there. But the recent past, it has been elevated to district. Now it is called Kayunga district. My parents were farmers. I think they were peasant farmers. Because their job was to raise crops from which they earn a living, from which they are able to send us to school. I have been to only 3 schools. In primary school, Carol has been privileged to see where I did my primary degree. Where I started in kindergarten. But then some people think not kindergarten a production of today. But indeed, there was a kindergarten, and it was called P1 Window. So there was a P1 Window and a P1 home. So I did my kindergarten, same school as I did my O level, as I did my primary exam. It is almost in the middle of town, and my home then was situated about 3 kilometers away. We had to walk those 3 kilometers, those miles, not kilometers. It was 3 miles away, and we had to walk through small paths to the school. The happenings which I remember, there was independence in 1962. And the children of the schools were mobilized to get the Southern headquarters to attend the celebrations. All I remember is that I was given a flag, Ghana flag, which I kept for some time as a souvenir for independence. So after completing 7, if you may care, that is the year 1966, when 2 classes were combined, P7 and P8. We started the same examination. And we have to go to senior 1 or post the classes. And senior 1, I went to Makerere College School. Yes, that place school, in which I stayed from senior 1, senior 4, and senior 6. As I said, I only went to 3 schools. So from Makerere College School, I went to Makerere Medical School. So those are the only 3 schools that I've been to. And I must say, I enjoyed my time through them. I had a bad spell in senior 1. I came from Kayunga, from a school where, though I was the best student in English, I could not understand the English at Makerere College because all my teachers were. So in the first, because I was not getting what they were saying, I almost came last. But as things progressed, I caught on and I became a very good student of English. My teacher actually stopped me from reading the book, the grammar book. And so I don't know what a verb is, I don't know what a noun is, but I can construct a sentence. Because she told me that if we ask the English people, we don't know what a verb is, we don't know what a noun is, but we speak English. So he put me to a task of being the library keeper. I read almost all the books. Moby Dicks, Tom Sawyer's. These are books which are known. Should I continue?
Okay, thank you so much for that elaborate introduction of your childhood. I was waiting to hear he was in Shemon Demonstration School or some schools that when some people say they are in those schools, you wonder what, like my child will wonder, where is the location of that school? But let's not go there. David, were you not in Shemon? Okay. We're glad that your school still exists, and yes, we can attest that, yeah, we're there and the history remains. Whereas you speak so eloquently about your childhood, like I said, I wanted to know a little bit of the nooks and crannies. And I remember one time we were having a conversation and you told me about some of your teenage escapades while you were at Makerere College, staying with an English teacher, and your teacher at your teacher's home, and you were given the privacy of your boys' quarters, and hence your adolescence starts. I will not go there. But after possibly this, you can ask about that story. I'll just spare him. Can you share with us your career life? We know you're a long medical practitioner in Uganda and even beyond, but can you just tell us more about that journey throughout and just especially the experiences that we could never read on anyone's CV? When you read the academic CV, it's very brief and precise, but we want to know that how has it been you practicing medicine or anything beyond that, both here and away from home? Just briefly.
Okay, the career begins with the training. In S5, when I went to high school, I started with history, English, and economics for one time. It's because I had not applied for A-level. I had applied to go to preparatory school, where I had realized people were making a lot of money because they would come to the village, supervise the coffee season, and at one point, one of them snatched my girlfriend because they had no money. So I decided to go to cooperative school. But when the results came back, my headmaster said, no, you must attend A. So I started with arts because the science classes were full. But in the second term, I moved to PCM. I did that for a time. In the third term, I was moved to a biology class and I did PCM. So that is how I became a scientist. I was originally an art student. And there was drama when we had to change classes. One of the classmates who was doing sciences declined to continue with the course because he was not doing well. So he was switched to arts and I was switched to sciences. Yeah, no, that one was Garula, the famous one. They're in the same class, so we changed classes. Maybe we changed destiny. So that's how I became a scientist and started going to medical school. Medical school was not a walk. A lot of hard work. We eventually went through and became doctors. I did my internship in Morocco Hospital. After internship, I was posted to Nakaseke Hospital. This is in Royal Triangle. This was in the early 80s. And the war had started. We didn't know it was a war. Skirmishes had started. I found there, I called the doctor I found there. We had 2 doctors at this, and we started working. But we were overcome by the events. And I had to leave Nakaseke because there was a war. So I came to Kampala, worked in Kisuli for about a year, and then I went to South Africa as a young man. I started working there, stayed there for about 10 years, and then came back home. So here I am, now in private practice, a bit of farming, a little bit of teaching. So,
Thank you so much for that. I'm not going to, to elaborate. One of those days, he was telling us about his South African experience. And, and he said that he was they were in a government facility and they would be having all these government like things of the house were government related and they keep checking. But the first one, the funniest was that at some point they were doing inventory and then they kept checking. I will not elaborate what they checked, but made him change his entire house property. We will elaborate later, but we're going to listen to some of the music that makes your heart dance. And we're going to allow you to tell the DJ what you love to listen. One of the songs that make your heart dance.
Okay, I think we can start with anyone.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We're going to proceed. Now I'm a classic for sure. I will not elaborate what that means, but in the context, we're going to continue listening to Dr. Ssese. He's going to tell us and inspire us. You have been a Rotarian for a while, you're a charter member. Yes, you went away sometime and you came back. We know that history, however, just for anyone who is new and is trying to navigate their journey in Rotary, what would you say is that inspired you to join Rotary? And what is that that impact that you have received in Rotary, and what motivates you to stay even now in Rotary?
Thank you, Carol. My first encounter with Rotary was a visit to Ruaga Rotary Club. I was invited by a friend to attend at lunchtime. I had just come back from South Africa, and I must say by then, 1990, the country was a bit worn out. Everybody, or very few people who you would meet and they would have a smile. And everybody else would meet, they would want something from you because they think you have been out for long and maybe you have money which they can con from you. So I was taken to this Rotary Club for Ruaga, and I met gentlemen. I met people whom I knew and those I didn't know, but they were gentlemen, they were talking of high regard material, and I was impressed. During that time, I had another friend, Samuel, who were doing some work with, were doing some things with business ones, and he told me that they were forming a Rotary Club. So when he asked me to join, I joined with all my heart because I had seen some of the Rotarian activities. Heard about them. So that is how I joined Rotary. Unfortunately, after some years, I found it difficult to continue because the meetings, the fellowships used to be at 6 o'clock, but that is when I would be starting another session, a shift of work. I was working for AER, and so there was a bit of class. After trying hard, Charlie Bosa was the secretary there. He wrote me a letter. Terminated. Luckily, I kept in touch with Rotarians, encouraged me to come back, and eventually I came back. It was like maybe if you ask somebody who has been away for 10 years to come back, the people will find it a bit different. So it was a bit of cultural shock. People had changed. There were more younger people. There were more ladies than before. And the club was more vibrant than before. So I enjoyed myself, meeting new people, got used to it, and up to now, I don't feel my age because the people I'm dealing with, I'm sure they are totally up to it. Thank you very much, the Rotary Club of Kampala-Ssese.
We love you.
Indeed, we love you, and we want you here over the long haul. Yeah. Before we listen to another of one of your favorite music, we're going to listen. You share with us something that is critical. When we were having a one-on-one with DG and Eddie a while back, I remember he said one of the critical areas that he thought should be addressed during his time would be addressing critical challenge of the boy child. With the background that, of course, so many interventions have happened around the girl empowerment, women empowerment, and anything related in that area. And he felt that boys have been neglected. And as a father of boy children, as you elaborate about your family, what is it like? But as a father of boy children as well, what are your thoughts about this issue?
Gender issues. I was born in a family which had as many boys as girls. I have never felt any difference between the girl child and the boy child. I have gone to schools, for educational schools, and I have never felt that the girls are disadvantaged. Actually, most of the time, the girls used to beat us in academics. And actually, when they say they are going to be given preference, I wonder why. They are as good as the boys. When it comes to father, mother, my mother was as strong as my father. Actually, I think she was strong. She had more say in the running of the family. When I grew up from my mother, I was handed over to my wife, who is doing the same thing. I think women, wives, have enough on their plate and they are capable. I do not decide what I will eat, they decide what I will eat. When I eat, they decide on what I put on, even when I don't like. When my children were talking, the boys, when they started to go to secondary school, next one, they would just come to me and tell me where they want to, without my input. And I would ask them, how do you want to go to that school? So they all ended up going to one school, SMART. And later on, they told me that it's their mother who told them that. So later on, I don't know, maybe she was impressed by that school. Maybe there was a boy she knew. So up now, they come with a stand. If they want to do something, I just have trade-offs. They discuss with their mother and they just bring me to start to provide. So when they say there is a gap, me, I have not felt it. If anything, I've suffered at the hands of the ladies. Okay, we didn't start by knowing how many children we are going to have, but we had 2 children in South Africa. They were boys. When we came back after a year, so when we had agreed that we are going to have 2 children, and it ended up being a boy. after some time, I saw I get pregnant. So I asked her now, what is this? How does this happen? So she told me that, see, your mother, that is my mother, been pressured her to have another child, maybe to take her. But we ended up all men. So actually, I praise her for having stood for men in the house against one. 5 men against one. And I think we have done well. The children have grown up. They are by themselves. They are having their families. One time, I was complaining that, you see, I don't have girls. She told me that if you keep around long enough, you'll get daughters. Now I have daughters in law, and they are our daughters. So I have no doubt anymore. I have daughters.
Thank you for sharing your lovely family experience with us. We're going to listen to, for 1 minute, to another of your past design in terms of music. So take it away.
Geoffrey Onyema was my classmate. Very good. No, Pastor was in France, huh? He was in France. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. As we conclude our conversation, we can agree that we're having a good time and we would like to continue and go on and on. But of course, the president is not going to make the time it's about. So we're going to listen to one more question, and briefly, we are coming to the end of our Rotary. Of course, thank you, President, for everything. New President, welcome to the new stage. And as Dr. Chase can just kind of inspire us, you've been a very long-time medical practitioner, and I know that in Rotary, we address a lot of medical interventions. In your own opinion, as we come to a new year, and as a club, we're inspired to constantly take on medical, addressing needs in the medical area. What do you think are the critical issues that we can address, that we can dream to address, that we can pursue in our country's terrain right now?
Thank you, Caroline. I have been involved in a medical camp and the setup of diabetes. I have seen what we can do and what we can't do. At one time, I intimated to one of the people that actually I don't think we are making any headway in providing health services at the medical camp, because it is a one-off. And I would feel very guilty for somebody to come with high blood pressure and give him tablets for that day or for that week. There's no way of following that. So I think and I believe that our efforts should be geared more to preventive work rather than curative work. Provision of clean water does a lot and changes society. It eliminates diarrhea in children, it eliminates waterborne diseases if you have potable water. So it is sanitation. So I think we should gear our efforts more in preventing, doing what we can do best, and leave the curative part to government.
Thank you so much, Dr. Chaze. Big applause for all this that we've had today.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your life. Thank you for sharing your experiences. Thank you for telling us more about your family. There's a lot more from where that come from. I have always enjoyed conversation with Dr. Chaze because he's very open, and yes, at the Chimeza, feel free to interrupt. But because of time, I'm going to give this stage back to our president to take it away. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Carol. Dr. Chaze chose his music carefully so that we don't ask him to dance. Next time.
Next time.
Please a hand clap. Dr. Chaze. Thank you so much, Carol. Thank you. We appreciate that talk. Dr. Chaze is from Mackay College. We did the same combination. Okay, I didn't do biology. I did PCM because I didn't want to be a doctor. Dr. Chaze has worked with the pediatric section at Nakasero, and he has always treated my son, the small boy. So that's how far we go. Dr. Chaze, some of your offsprings were online. We had Alan Chaze, Solomon Chaze. There was a picture Chaze. They were following you so closely. But we appreciate that story. We needed to hear a lot about the South African episodes, but Carol. Thank you so much. Friends, we're coming to the end of this. I always enjoy throwback because I think you've got to know Dr. Chaze more. I went to the primary school where Dr. Chaze, I went to Carol. It's far. And he was talking about 1950, 1960. Now the place looks remote now. How about so and you see where a doctor came from. It's amazing. Thank you so much. I'll quickly invite Chris, right? Oh, I skipped you. Chris, where's the mic? Okay, Chris, okay. As we close, I would like to recognize those who have come in late. If you're a guest, we're going to introduce you. There are a few guests here who were not introduced. So those sponsors of those guests, please note them. Chris, over to you for a moment.
Thank you very much, President. Good evening, fellow Rotarians. Just a quick one. We've been running a wash project somewhere in Gulu. One of our members has been the focal point. Most of us are not aware about it. This evening, Charles has graced us with his presence, and I would like him to just give a quick snapshot of what is happening, what is going on, and then the next steps. Charles Komakech, Rotarian Charles Komakech.
Yeah, welcome, Charles.
Those of you who don't know him, is actually a member of this
Some of
club.
you don't know Charles. Many of you. Charles, please come and take a seat, the hot seat. Yes, Charles. This is Charles Komakech. He joined our club in lockdown. He always works from, tell us more about yourself, and particularly about that project in the brief.
Yes, thank you, President and all the members. I'm Komakech Charles. I think I've been coming here. I sit in one table. Those who are older and see that side, I have not seen them.
Okay.
Okay, now we have been running a project in Gulu, in a school called Garden of Knowledge School. This project is being sponsored by a big club of New York and part of California. It's an annual global, which they are contracting 14 plus toilets, 7 for boys and then 7 for girls, and then 8 bathroom for boys and girls in that school. So far, we have got toilet system and the bathroom system, with the money passed to the higher club. And then also we have also deployed the contractor to do the work. The next phase of the project we are doing now is the solar panel, which the man has been sent. And then the last phase will be the installation. We had the borehole in the school. We are going to raise it so that the water can flow to the bathroom for the children. I think that will be the best school in the toilet assisted in the modern Uganda.
Thank you, Charles. Yes, Charles is spearheading that project, and he has led us to a number of friends. It's not a global one, right? It's a fundraising being done by his friends in the US. Remember, the gentleman who brought him to this club is called McBride Christoph. You actually attended his installation online, and I think has been here in Uganda before. Yes, so friends are mobilizing funds, and it's making an impact in that area by providing wash facilities. So some of you don't know Charles, he's always in Gulu trying to do those projects. That's why I think it's rare in fellowship. Belongs to the northern cohort? No, Namugongo?
Yeah, I mean online, most cases.
Oh,
yeah.
Which is your cohort?
Online.
Because I live in Treta. Yes, just quickly, we've so far received, I think it's about $4,000. We are in the offering to receive another 3,000 to complete this, but our idea is that we are now starting to create a relationship with 3 Rotary clubs in the United States so that we can be able to grow our international partnership towards global grants. So this is where we want to take it. We are glad that the club and the board for this year accepted for us to do this. And through Charles, we've implemented, we should be able to now start thinking about getting those clubs to work with us on our bigger projects, especially in the airlines. Thank you.
Thank you, Charles. Please take your seat. I would like to introduce a member who would like to join this club for purposes of transparency. The member is transferring from another club, and the board sat and did the background check, and they want to present her to the club before we approve everything. So, Rotary Rita, please rise Or could you please? Okay. John Rita. Now, John Rita has been introducing herself as a Rotarian, existing Rotarian. So I'd like her to tell you a bit about herself and then.
Good evening, members. My name is Rita Damiano Wakwa. I happen to be a Rotarian from the Rotary Club of Lubowa, but transiting from Lubowa because of movement. I can't make it to the Lubowa fellowships because I relocated to Muyinga. So I can't do Lubowa anymore. My classification is public health. I'm a public health practitioner. I'm also an entrepreneur. I own coffee shops. If any of you lives around Muyinga area of Olga, you know Coffee and Cake Lounge. That's my business. And I enjoy cooking and baking. So I do outside catering as a side hustle. My business is called Delicious Dishes. Now, he has tested my food a few times, and family members here who have visited our home can testify to my cooking. Yeah, that's basically me. I'm married and I have children.
Rita is also the executive director of Healthy Hearts Foundation. Okay, yeah, thank you for choosing. She didn't tell you why she chose the. It's because she saw me. Okay, why is this?
Yeah, why is this? I visited a few clubs actually over the last year or two, going from one club to another because I really wanted to be to feel comfortable. But when I came to Ssese, of course, I came on Nalongo's invitation, PE, but I've felt comfortable. People are very warm when you come in. Everybody says hello. People want to know who you are. So you don't get a second chance of making a first impression. My first visit was very, very good.
Thank you. Kumbe, you are good people. No? That is really now, you know, we've been having so many Andrews. Now the number of Ritas is growing. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I'd like to thank you, members, as I invite Honorable March to give us the first. Honorable March, you come, please. Who has seen Honorable March? Honorable March is going to give us a final press. Hey. That is Honorable March. Okay, let's try it out for the final class.
Final toast, Rotary International. Today I'm the DJ. I'm sitting behind.
Go back to your DJ booth. Thank you, friends. DJ, take us away. We are not the young and the old, so not only play for show the monster.